So baby Ashlee and her low group of friends saw my video that I made about her, and all they did was just get very mad and make themselves look that much more worse than they already have. Before that though, if you guys haven't watched the last video on her, I told you that I contacted a detective from the sheriff's department that arrested her dad and let them know what Ashlee was planning. Amazingly, the detective was familiar with my previous videos that I made on her, and because of that, he wants to talk more. Obviously, this is a long 4th of July weekend, so he'll be getting back to me later this week, but I'm dead serious. You can take my video as a joke all you want, but when I tell people to report someone to the police, you can automatically assume I'm not joking. But after the ball started rolling downhill, I'm like, let me add to it, let me make it bigger. And what I'm going to tell you happened in chronological order in basically the span of like a couple hours. But right after my video, I messaged that podium guy and sent him this picture that I told all of you to send to him after you report him. Didn't get anything. I then messaged Ashlee a picture of the El Dorado County Sheriff's Department vehicle and said they knew you, and she's like, okay, and then she blocked me. That was literally all I did, including telling one other person to do the same thing that I don't even know. I just know that he joined my Discord server, and I was like, hey, you want to do something that's super funny? And he's like, sure, and he actually told her that the cops in this car told me they see people dressed like you. And that is literally all we did. No more than 2 sentences worth of words were sent to her. After that, Podium answered me with a question mark, and I'm like, reported you and Ashlee to the El Dorado County Sheriff's Department, pimp. Have fun riding dick in jail. And he's like, sounds good, and then I had just enough time to send this gift before he blocked me. Podium then notices that I had my other account in their server and messages that account saying, how many accounts do you have in this server? And he deleted that, but then I told him I think the same thing, and then he still thought I was joking. He then added me back, and I'm like, is this the illustrious Podium? And this is where he starts flapping his lips. Do you often make videos lying about people for clout, or is that just a new thing? You've made several accusations about myself and other people on the server saying we're pedophiles, and that the server is meant to sell pictures of Ashlee online. None of that is true, not even close, quite frankly. Well, first off, I didn't say you guys were selling, I said you guys were going to sell. But I'm like, just because you say it isn't, doesn't change her past and what she is known for. He then says, we made announcements in the server about the server being a social community hub. They're specifically to build and shift her old fan base to a more positive influence and a community based on a whole friendly environment. Yeah, it'd be great if you could stop living in your fucking fairy tale land and realize that once the thousands of people realize that baby Ashlee's back and start asking her for pictures, 9 times out of 10, we all know what she's gonna do. Like, she already bragged about moving out because of how much she made selling her pictures. There is nothing that she has done that would tell us that she's gonna stop selling pictures. He then says, I am so baffled, genuinely. And I'm like, nah, you're gay. That motorcycle video of you was pretty gay. And he's like, you were lied to by 2 teenage girls and took everything they said as fact. They lied to you about everything you said in the video and you still went on about it. Well, first off, what would they gain from lying to me? There are so many other YouTubers with more subscribers. Why would they pick one with the absurdly low view count to make a video? I didn't even use their names. I was the one who suggested that I call them Thing 1 and Thing 2 to protect them from you guys, because I already know how people like you get when they get called out and find out who that person is that did it. I then say, if you want to think they lied, then go ahead. And he's like, it's not something I think, it's something I know. And I'm like, sure, that's why you guys had to lock down everything when you guys got exposed. And he literally tells me, we closed the server because the only people looking at baby Ashlee on the internet are strange men like you and your viewers, and they're joining the server, making it weird. Well, I thought you were trying to steer her audience in the right direction. Aren't these the so-called people you were trying to steer the right way? Isn't that the literal point of your server? To have people like this join so you can convince them not to buy underage girls' pics anymore, like they've been doing for their whole life? Did you not realize that her whole fan base is literally just made up of strange old men? Did you really think little motorcycle riding pussies would join the server? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you definitely did. Now, around this time is when I started getting comments on my YouTube videos saying things like, does nobody realize that this guy has fully nude pictures standing in front of a mirror publicly on his Instagram? Something about constantly making content regarding underage girls just doesn't sit right with me after seeing that. And then somebody left a comment saying, are you a pedophile? Yes. Yes, he is. My favorite comment, though, was this one where it specifically says, post pictures sexually touching statues in public, which this is the picture they're referring to. Me touching the butt of a statue at the fucking USC Rose Garden. What's fucked is that they forget to mention that right before that, I fed a squirrel. But that's the kind of stuff they got on me. Me touching the butt of a fucking statue. And just look at my face, you can tell I'm enjoying the shit out of this. But Podium did his best to assure me that wasn't him by saying it's not, but it should be because I agree. Yeah, I'm sure he had nothing to do with that. I'm sure. But then he actually asked me, where did anyone say anything about selling? I think here, and maybe here. But then again, you would have had to watch my whole video and not just seen the title and look through my Instagram. But I'm like, Ashlee says a lot about selling. Just because she says she's gonna wait till she's 18 doesn't mean she's gonna do it, as proven by her already selling pictures. And then this retard actually says, I'm not a fucking babysitter. I can't tell her what to do when she's 18. The server has nothing to do with pic selling or anything of the sorts. If it did, there would be a lot more people on it. Are you fucking retarded? You guys don't even have the server public. There are literally 2 places you can get the invite unless somebody already on the server invites you. Literally 1 place now because this pussy took the invite off his website. What the fuck do you mean if it did, there'd be a lot more people in it? You can say that about anything that goes from private to public, especially a Discord server that's being ran by a girl who's known for selling her underage pictures. But then after realizing his argument wasn't gonna work because I'm not an idiot, I shit you not, he starts bringing up the most random stuff ever. He tells me that you literally have lolly playing cards, and I'm like, where? And then I realize that he's talking about the Dark Magician Girl cards I bought like 5 years back. So I'm like, obviously that's a woman. Dark Magician Girl isn't a fucking child. He then shows me what I have on my highlights and is like, you think these are grown women? What is wrong with you? Genuinely, you cannot be this delusional. I then tell him that not every girl with an anime face is a little kid. He says, those are like 9 years old. So I'm like, just because you like younger girls doesn't mean every anime girl is a young child. This doesn't even look like a 9-year-old, dog, even if you squinted your eyes and tried really hard. Now he might be referring to Toon Dark Magician Girl, which has a more childlike design, but I know my Yu-Gi-Oh! I wasn't gonna buy a fucking naked child as a playing card. And I already know what his argument's gonna be. Well, she was once a child. Yeah, so was your mom, but you're not complaining about the nudes I have of her. Her shit be hanging like a wizard's sleeve. You know what I mean? Little vagine sleeve.
And her vagine hang like sleeve of wizard.
And that's literally how the rest of our conversation goes. He sends me a cropped screenshot of one of my posts saying, bro, you think this is okay? 16-year-olds are game for you, huh? Speechless now? Or... And I said, yup, I think that's pretty funny that you cropped it to take it out of context, which this is the full picture showing the full joke that I was texting my friend. I think I was making fun of R. Kelly. Literally though, I made that screenshot to post on Instagram. It's not like that's not someone exposing me. That's literally something I was like, you know what? This will be funny to say and I'm gonna screenshot it. But then he wants to get on call with me, and at this point I'm literally watching the Nate Diaz Masvidal fight, and I tell him that, and he's like, go into your room and call. You're not watching boxing, you're just sitting on your couch typing. So I send him a picture of me watching the boxing match saying, eat a fat dick. And this genius is like, that's a video game. What? Yeah, you picked the right guy to be in charge, Ashlee. You picked the right guy. You know what's up. He then says I'm following, and I quote, a bunch of 16 and 18-year-olds. Oh no, not the 18-year-olds! But he obviously just said 16 to 18 because he literally doesn't know any of the girls' ages, and that just made it sound better for him. I even asked him, can you show me a couple of examples of what you're talking about so I know what you're saying? Because I'm apparently following a bunch, and he's like, other people have that information. We're going to expose you for the creepy, strange weirdo you are. Make sure you add homeless. And sounding like Squidward. But as I'm messaging him, in between our conversations, Ashlee friended me and wanted to talk, and I even told him that she can wait until tomorrow or whatever. So then he adds me into a group chat with all of us, and for this I don't have any screenshots because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But they were talking about suing me for what I said about her dad, and it's like, are you dumb? What I said about your dad was literally read off the ABC News article. If you're gonna sue me, you're gonna have to sue ABC. And literally Ashlee's like, yeah, I'm gonna sue the whole corporation. There was one part that I specifically remember. I told her, you're not even supposed to be online, and she's like, yeah, I can with adult supervision. And I'm like, there's not an adult supervising you right now. And she's like, yeah, how do you know? Because I'm not an idiot. There's not an adult behind you like, you're gonna let him talk to you like that, Ashlee? Here, move over, let me how do you know? But as this was going on, one of their friends started messaging people who they saw, I guess, comment on my pictures on Instagram, because they didn't message anyone from my family, but they literally messaged 2 people that I met from my videos. 2 of the dopest people in the world, because they didn't let this person accomplish what they were trying to do. At first, my friend Ash, you might have seen him in some other videos, or actually you might have heard him. Here's a pic of me and him. No, I am not that short. He just happens to look super tall on camera, trust me. But they message him, and mind you, like I said, we met from my videos videos, and this was one of the only times we've met. Not saying that we're not close friends, but this is pretty much one of the most random people you can do this to. And I don't want to spoil it, but they messaged him some long message asking him for my personal information, and he's like, is it because your friend is selling illegal photos of minors? Yeah, sure, buddy. And that's as far as they got with him. Another person they messaged was my friend Mira, someone else who you might have seen in a video or two. But when they messaged her, she called me up right away like a fucking G to let me know what was going on. And I told her this was somebody who was mad at me for making the baby Ashlee video. And she's like, I'm gonna bait them into giving me more information. And what they said has to be the most hilarious shit I have ever heard. The lies that were said about me were so fucking random that, like I said, this doesn't do anything to help them because they have no proof of it. Like, remember how I said this was all I messaged Ashlee before I was blocked? This is what they were saying the crazy harassment was they were getting from my video, not knowing that this was me at the time. That was it. Now look at what they message my friends. What is the word for a yapper but in fucking text form? Because Jesus Christ, let me read to you what this says about me. Hey Miranda, I'm not sure if you're aware, but you seem to be friends with a man named Joshua Lopez. I understand you're friends with him or know him quite closely. I plan on getting authorities involved. I'm aware he's in California. Joshua has been involved in illegally harassing, saving nude photos of minors, which include my friends from the ages 13 to 16. He's harassing our family members, random friends, and more. This is a grown man pushing 30 years old. Sadly, if we do not get the information we need from him, everyone who's been posted on his page publicly will also be brought to California State detectives and or authorities. This is defamation on multiple people, especially children who he's targeting. Please let us know anything you know of this man, as it will be dealt with by authorities next week. What fucking information are they talking about? All the pictures on my Instagram, all the over 1,000 of them, I can tell you because I posted them. None of them have anybody's personal information. I also make videos all day. I don't have time to harass random family members who are most likely gonna have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Also, what they say makes no sense at all. If we don't get the information we need from him, everyone who's been posted on his page publicly will also be brought to California State detectives and or authorities. You're gonna take my homie Stefan, who doesn't even live in California, to California State detectives because he was posted on my Instagram. You're gonna take Dylan, the destroyer of ISIS, to California State detectives because he was publicly posted on my Instagram. He destroyed ISIS, you unpatriotic bitch. But you guys see what I mean? What the actual fugginator is going on. But believe it or not, me and my homie Ripley are about to show you that it gets much worse. So Mira answers them and is like, what is this about? And they say, he is in possession of child pornography. He's illegally harassing and doxing minors, specifically from the age of 17. He's spreading misinformation on multiple minors, and it's basically a defamation case. He is pushing 30 years old and needs to stop harassing these little girls for a hobby. If you know any information about him or his family members, please come forward with it now. Thanks in advance. Now mind you, as this is happening, I'm sitting watching the Nate Diaz fight, wondering what's going on. Mira then says, before I give you any information, do you have any solid source / evidence of him doing this? And they're like, he has child pornography on his devices and posts about them, and then plays it off as if he's trying to help them, and illegally harassing and doxing multiple other minors when they were telling him to leave them alone. Now this is news to me. Who is this about? They then send her screenshots of this account Lars950 claiming that this was me because whoever it is posting things about the screenshots I used in my video and their DMs with another person named Kitty. I was just as confused as Mira at this point because the account they're claiming is me DM'd me saying that it was the Bell girl in my screenshots, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about you. You were using like one screenshot. But I told Mira to send them that screenshot showing this account messaged me, and they say, I'm crying, he messaged himself like he did on the fucking 5 other alts he runs. Check his YouTube videos and you'll see exactly what I mean. They're owned by him. Where's she even gonna look to find that information? Do I just have a video that I don't even know about where I'm just like, and this is my Discord account, 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 and I don't know if they thought the bigger the lie was, the more that it would convince Mira to give them information that she doesn't even have. That's not even the most ridiculous thing they say about me. They then tell Mira to try and put a finishing blow on me. He is an openly racist man towards Palestinians, blacks, and more. But yes, defend him with all your might. It's a very good look on your behalf, girl. I have never mentioned Palestine on any of my social media accounts ever in their existence. And it's not because I don't support them or whatever, it's just I don't like talking about anything that gets political. And when you talk about something that has to do with war, it gets political. You would know that I don't like politics if you watched my videos. But for the rest of the conversation, the person is just trying super hard to try and get Mira to give them any information they can on me. I bet you they'd even take my shoe size if she gave them it to try and use it against me. Here's even what this bitch sounds like in the middle of one of her lies.
Looked like a girl. Her name was Belle or Abel, something like that. He addressed as himself that it was a girl's account. I found out today that this is a man DMing me, a 30-year-old man DMing me, posting me on private accounts, harassing me and my fucking family to give them my address and fucking school. Is that not fucking weird to you? A 30-year-old man harassing a fucking 17-year-old girl, bro. Like, riddle me that. What am I doing that's fucking weird that he is not doing? You told me to get a hobby, but yet he stalks this fucking teenage girl since she was 13 years old, and he is still going to this day.
What's fucking weird to me is that you're trying this hard to make me look like a bad guy when you have zero evidence of anything you're saying. If I was actually asking people for your address and other private information, you would have at least a screenshot showing that, not screenshots of a random account that you just assume is me. Like, she actually said, riddle me this. You're not talking to fucking Badman, alright? I also like how above the voice message, it says that I collect a bunch of Nazi shit. When all they seen is me post one video or picture, I think of these Nazi playing cards. These ones right here, from a legit board game. Like, look, I don't know if you can see, but it says do or die. The card allows the escaper to make a bid for freedom without any escape equipment. And then the other card is fucking Pliers. It's a game about escaping a Nazi camp. If this one card proves that I have a bunch of Nazi shit, then that one butt plug means that I have some just stashed away somewhere that you're never gonna find. If you guys really think about it, if you have to go through all of this to try and make the person who exposed you look bad, you obviously have something to hide. They could have just blocked me and went on with their business of converting every pedophile into a born-again Christian or whatever the fuck they thought they were gonna do. Because this is not harassment. People joining your server from a link you had on your website is not harassment. And you can't even say it was because of my video, because all I did was tell people to report Ashlee. I did, however, tell people to message Motorcycle Man this Chris Hansen picture, which you can go back in the video and confirm. But according to this girl, it was only other girls who were getting harassed. Ones that I didn't even mention in the video. This person did say they tried to contact me, but their account is private, so I can't even send them a DM request. But yeah, guys, that's how my yesterday went. Here are their Instagrams that you could DM if you want. I'm not telling you to, but apparently they need all the information on me they can get. Make sure you tell them the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Again, you don't go through all of this without having something to hide. Here's the Podium Guy's real Instagram that he actually switched out from his website after I called him out. And he's like, what do you mean? I have both Instagram accounts. And I'm like, yeah, no shit, but you obviously took the link off to the real one. Good thing his dumbass commented on my picture thinking I wouldn't remember that was him, stealing my Chris Hansen joke that I used on him. Real original, buddy. He also says that his account is private because he doesn't want, and I quote, strange neckbeard incel basement dwellers like you to look at anything I do with my personal life. You're a strange man that follows the life of little girls. Find something else to do. Now, mind you, this is the same guy who was running a Discord for a little girl and went through my whole Instagram of more than 1,700 pictures, because I don't post just one picture at a time. I post 10 to try and find something to make me look bad. Find something else to do, yeah? You're obviously just scared, and that's why you changed all the links and took down the invite link that you had, because you're also scared to death that somebody's gonna find out who you are. But yeah, guys, this is what I had to go through when I was making my Black the Anime video. And just like these people, they also saw my pinned picture on Instagram and were like, this guy likes to send nudes to people. Tell me how long my vagina is from that picture and I'll believe it's a nude. Until then, shut the fuck up. See you guys tomorrow. Peace. So a quick update because a lot happened yesterday. This account, this girl, is the one who's talking shit about me. You can go to her stories right now, and every single one of her stories is about me. I have never met this person in my entire life. I've never messaged them. I don't know who the fuck this is. But I'm telling you, they have a lot to say about me. And then this Podium guy, the one that's managing Baby Ashlee's server, tries to threaten me. Look, he's like, it's your safest bet to avoid any danger coming your way. I'm trying to help you, Josh. Take down the video or lay in the bed you've made. And I'm like, are you threatening me, cutie? Because you sound like a fucking anime character. And then He was typing a very long message, but I'm like, bro, you take too long, and then I just blocked him, so he couldn't send me the message. He then messages me as I'm literally recording this with this fake screenshot, apparently as proof that my videos are getting weirdos to be sent to the Discord server that they're running. But if you look at it, this is the fakest screenshot I have ever seen. No one talks like this, especially if you're a weirdo trying to buy underage pics. Why would you go to the head of the server to try to do that? That makes no sense. If he's in there, he could have literally asked Ashlee herself. There's no reason that he needed to go to this guy so he can have convenient proof that he came from my video. That makes no sense. I was able to message Ashlee without having a problem with it. Why wasn't this guy?